morning, delivery fam. Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Breakfast with UDM. Good morning. It's the weekend. It's Friday. So today I will be giving out some wrenches, blue wrenches, if you want one. All right. Today we're gonna be talking about something. I don't even know how to start this, but should drivers be worried about another pay cut? We've dealt with so much already. Should we be worried about another pay cut? But before we dive into that, if you are brand new to the channel, do me a favor and hit subscribe, click the bell, and join the family, because nobody else will understand what you go through except another driver just like you. All right. Now, what's up? Say good morning in the chat before I even get this thing started, man. Say good morning in the chat so I can say good morning back to you. Good morning, Valestott. Good morning, Naz the Gig Accountant. KC. Good morning to you. Paid to Detail. Aranka Linder. Good morning to you. Good morning, Kevin Cruz. Good morning, BP the Great. Angie Marie. Good morning to all who's watching now or watching on the replay. Okay, so let's cut the music down. I had a subscriber reach out to me. Well, they posted it in the comment section, and this is the comment that they left. It was Angelino Ryder. Says, hey, UDM, here in Los Angeles, the city is going to put a 15% delivery fee cap charge to restaurants. I don't know if this is good for us or not. Now, when I read that, I was like, oh, man, this sounds familiar. And I think New York did the same thing. I went ahead and looked it up. Yep, New York did the same thing. New York City Council votes to cap food delivery app fees at 15% during states of emergency. Now, I don't know if it's because, well, from what I'm reading, it's mainly because of what we're going through right now with the pandemic. I know in South Florida, they plan on opening today, I believe they're going to phase 2 to reopening the market, letting people go back outside and, opening up restaurants. I don't know what's on that list of on phase 2, but they're reopening the market. Okay. People are now out and about. I saw people in salons. I saw people at restaurants. I think restaurants was phase 1, but they're opening everything back up. Okay. Now, I don't know if this is a temporary thing for 15%, a 15% cap on the fees that they charge the restaurants. But I don't know if this is going to affect us. Some of y'all already put in the chat that is going to affect us. Now, the thing is, Valestott says yes. I'm going to open up the lines, Valestott. I don't know if you're busy at the moment, but I'm going to open up the lines, and I want to hear, why do you feel is going to affect us, especially if it's kind of like, if it's for these times that we're in. Valestott says these apps will hire new drivers, banking on them to take these no tip or low tips offers, preying on the ignorance or lack of common sense. Phoenix delivery driver says, I'm glad I'm not in California or New York if they are capping fees. See, that's what I'm talking about. Good morning, Alan. Good morning, Blondie H. Good morning, V Twin Breed. Good morning, you other Coast Floridian. Good morning, Roger, Lisa, Trizzle, Michael Dyson. Good morning to you. Okay, so there's a piece of this article that I'm going to read right now for the LA City Council. It says the Los Angeles City Council yesterday voted to formally approve a third-party food delivery app fee cap, meaning companies like Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, and Postmates will be limited in how much they can charge restaurants for their services. See, again, I'm looking at this like, how much lower can they cut us? As far I know, DoorDash, they've been in the media, and they don't really have much wiggle room. Now, that's just my opinion, but they don't have much wiggle room on what they can do with our pay. You know, it was $2 when the pay model changed. Then it turned into $3. So I don't think DoorDash will make a move like that to, you know. I don't think. That's just my opinion. I don't think, but I think Uber Eats and Grubhub, and Postmates. Y'all already know Postmates and cut pay, and they ain't changed nothing at all. But I don't think. I guess I'm just looking at it. I'm trying to be optimistic here, and I'm gonna say that I do not think it's going to affect our pay, because they already cut our pay so low that if they cut it anymore, that's going to affect their company. Yeah, they're going to allow more drivers on and stuff like that, but that's the best that I can do as far as getting something out. I mean, I didn't have any words, but just a grunt like, oh my gosh, another freaking pay cut. If it comes, and if it's just during these times, I don't think it's gonna happen. If it's just because of the COVID-19 pandemic and opening the market back up. If it's just for these times. I want to hear from y'all. I'm gonna read the chat, and I want to hear from y'all. Okay, so how about I just stop talking? If you wish to call in, I'm going to put the number up on the screen. The bottom left, it is 954-893-2121. And the lines are open if you wish to call in. Meanwhile, I'm going to read the chat. Valestar says, UDM, DoorDash will remove peak pay. I get that. Monique asks a question. So how do they enforce that if the restaurant signed a contract? Good morning. Thank you for calling Breakfast with UDM. What's up, Valentine?
Hey, UDM. How are you, sir?
I'm pretty good. I want to hear what you got to say, man. Come on.
Okay. Unfiltered. These gig apps will screw the drivers first before they take a hit on their own bottom line.
Yeah.
Because they are, other than DoorDash and Postmates, I think. I mean, Uber and Grubhub are publicly traded companies, and I trade in stock all the time.
Right.
So,
right.
Thing is that they have to look good. And in order to look good and to have more investors pumping money into their company to keep them afloat, and for all four of these, yahoos to keep making their millions and billions of dollars in stock options and pay and all that, you really think that if they are capped at 15%, it's got to come from somewhere.
Right.
Customers are accustomed to these, usual standard, delivery fees and, app fees and any fee in the world they can make up, right? So
right.
If they're accustomed to paying a certain amount, and they raise that amount, now unless all of them do it across the board, but even then there'll be lower volume overall because they can't afford to use the service. So what I've been noticing lately is, even in my smaller market, during the COVID, peak pays were like off the chain. It was basically, really higher than normal. Once people started to have the stay-at-home orders lifted and with a warmer weather, people are going out more. They aren't ordering out as much, so volume obviously has declined.
Right.
And I've been noticing DoorDash in particular, the peak pays, remember we had a discussion about 3-4 weeks ago. I had, oh yeah, my peak pays, I mean, you normally are $1, $2, $3, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
They were $4, $5, $6 at times during the COVID.
Right.
Now in the last week, I have had either $1 peak pays or no peak pays for lunch or dinner this whole past week.
So,
okay,
yeah, go ahead. Finish.
Oh, okay. And the thing is if these gig app companies need to meet their bottom line, who will get squeezed first? Drivers. It always is the driver. Now, I know what you said before. You said that, well, drivers, they need their workforce, and how low can they go with us drivers? Well, pay-wise, they're still going to have to at least pay us our base pays.
Right.
Or else we're going to be quitting, and they can't have that. But the bonus structures for whatever platform, namely DoorDash, Uber Eats, right? Because Grubhub really doesn't have a bonus.
I see where you're coming from.
Will be removed. Yeah, and the Quest, Boost, or any of the things that you guys have.
Okay.
Are going to be removed.
Okay, so even on say for instance, the Grubhub Order and Pay, they add a bonus. They usually add a bonus to the Grubhub Order and Pay. So you're saying, from your perspective, that they would remove that bonus in case lower it. Okay, so instead of it being like, say, if it's a minimum of $2 bonus right now, it would probably be lower to like 50 cents.
Yeah, pretty much. Even for the pizza places I've been going to for Order and Pay, right? Okay. Normally the pizza places, the Order and Pays are like $12 to $13 and up.
Right.
Now I'm seeing like low 10s and even some 9s. And
I'm seeing some
week.
8s. I'm seeing some 8s. Yeah. I know what you mean. Okay, I get it. I get from your perspective. I get it. I have a better understanding. See, that's why I love having conversations with not just myself. Yes, we all talk to ourselves from time to time, in the mirror, not looking in the mirror. But, I did not have that thought in my head at all. Like, yeah, they would remove certain things like bonuses or peak pay or quests and boosts and different things that help maximize our pay when we go out there to work. I didn't ever think about it like that. I was just thinking about kind of like base pay. That's why I said DoorDash wouldn't have much wiggle room, because they already, they came from $1. They're gonna go back down to like $1.50. They had enough of what was going on in the media, so I don't think they would go below $2 for base pay. So from your perspective, Valistad, thank you, man. Thank you. I didn't even think about it like that, but that's definitely an interesting way of looking at it. And I think we should go ahead. Oh,
I was just going to say one last thing before I let you go, just to throw this out there. In the end, it's still going to hurt the gig apps, because the drivers, like for myself, okay, my acceptance rate on DoorDash was probably close to 50%. This past week, it's dropped below 30, because I keep seeing $3 and $4 no tip or low tip offers, which is why I was complaining so much in the group. What the heck is going on?
Right.
Here, right?
I saw your screenshots. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. I'm thinking, you're just ticking off drivers, and drivers aren't going to accept these orders quickly, and you're just in the end going to tick off the customer, so it's a death spiral.
Yeah.
So, who's it really hurting? Now, that's because lunchtime yesterday, 0 peak pay. Dinner time, $1 peak pay. Mm-hmm. And if you don't at least have a $2 to a $4 peak pay to offset those low tip, no tip offers, those orders aren't going to be delivered quickly. Therefore, all the orders we are getting across the country, at least in my neck of the woods, are under 5. And those aren't delivered quick. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I'm just looking at it like, this whole thing about the 15% cap is only happening in New York and LA. Okay. Mm-hmm. New York City and LA. All right. So it's like, I'm looking at it like, if this happens, and if other states decide to follow, or I should say other cities, because it's not the whole state of New York or the whole state of California that's applying this. I mean, I'm hearing bits and pieces about certain areas, certain cities that's applying this, But I'm just really zeroing in on it because it's kind of like, if it's just for the pandemic, I don't think it's gonna affect us much. But if it goes past the pandemic, then it's kind of like, oh wow, okay, I don't know. Do you think our base pay will be affected at all, Valsa?
Actually, no. And here's another perspective, just to
Okay.
give you a little bit for you to stew on and think about.
Okay.
You got to look at it from the big picture, from a corporate perspective,
Mm-hmm.
because they have balance sheets, they have income versus expenses, they got all this stuff that they have to consider.
Right.
If the big markets in New York and LA and Dallas and Miami or wherever, these are usually going to be in Democratic states for the most part. It just will be. Republican states are more pro-business. But even if it's just segmented to the states that impose these caps,
Mm-hmm.
their overall profits are going to fall. So every state will be impacted to a certain extent by, again, this is my opinion only.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not never saying my word is, I know everything and this will happen. No, I'm not saying that at all. But just looking from a numbers perspective, every state will be lowered, or every market will be lowered a certain amount based on how low they can go before they start losing drivers, right?
Right.
Everyone is going to be impacted if it hits the bigger cities, because they still have to make a certain amount for themselves and their shareholders.
Okay.
You kind of see where that I'm saying what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. All right, so I'll ask you this last question.
Sure.
All right, and then I'm gonna open the lines back up just in case someone else wants to call in. But
Sure.
don't, with everything that has gone on as far as like strikes and drivers being very active on social media about low pay, and they getting media coverage about the low pay. Don't you think that would like bite them in the behind to go back down or enrage drivers all over again?
Yes, but you know what they'd say. I mean, this pertains to Amazon, which I used to work for. This pertains to GameStop. This pertains to Lowe's, Home Depot. They don't care about us.
Right.
We are just a number. We are easily replaceable because unemployment right now is at an all-time high, right?
Right.
I've read an article on my stock news that we are in a situation where unemployment is close, if not almost as much as the Great Depression back in the 20s. We're at 20% unemployment at the moment.
Right.
Okay. So where do you think the power lies? The employers or the employees at this point?
Yeah.
If you just want a job, the only stipulations that the employers have to give for retail and for our type of gig work is, well, not even our work, but at least main normal $7.25 minimum wage. That's the base pay. They can't go lower than that unless they're in restaurant or independent contractor work.
Right.
So as long as they follow those guidelines, they hold all the power. If you think about it, we are clamoring for work for independent contractors.
And
Out of
that
work
means
people are clamoring for work.
And that
Yeah.
means that, okay, say for instance, you said like $7 and change per hour, right? Minimum wage, whatever minimum
Correct.
wage is in your area. So you're telling me that they would, as long as they're meeting that, they would not have an issue at all from anyone above them. Like say a $3 and a $4 for that hour. If I choose to decline it, then that's on me. That's not making the minimum that I can possibly make.
It sucks, but as much media coverage there has been throughout the pandemic, throughout the rioting and the protesting and all that, right? I'm just going to leave this and I'll let you go.
Okay.
You would think negative news would impact the stock market.
Right.
You would think it would be plummeting, cratering, all this, all that. I have lost so much money learning since I started in the stock market back in February, right?
Okay.
I was thinking negative news equals bad, stock market goes down.
Right.
Positive news is good, stock market goes up.
Right.
Theoretically, as a whole, it should happen, but it doesn't happen because They don't care about what happens to us at the local levels or what's going on with protesting or rioting. All they care about are their numbers.
Yeah.
All they want is profit. So with that being said, stock prices are not influenced by negative news. Media can only do so much to influence public opinion unless it got to the level of tip stealing with DoorDash and news reporters reporting news, being a DoorDasher, seeing how bad it was. That level will impact a company.
Yeah.
But as far as everything else, they don't care. As long as they're making profits, that's all they care about.
All right. So, hey, brother, anything else you want to say to the family before I open the lines back up?
Nope, that's it. I just wanted to throw in my 2 cents. I've taken enough of your time, but yeah, hopefully someone else will come in and give a different point of view, or go from there.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for calling in, Valderstadt. Everybody say later, Valderstadt.
Later, fam.
All right. Have a good one, brother.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
All right. So I'm looking at. I heard everything that Valderstadt said, and I like to have conversations with people. If you have a different opinion, feel free to call in. The numbers at the bottom left of the screen, 954-893-2121. I still try to remain as optimistic as I can. I know these times are tough, and I see some people are kind of like pushing back to going to a W-2, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I do know that this has become a way of life, this is the new lifestyle, the gig app life. A lot of us have left a W-2 and decided to do this full time and adapt as time went on. All the changes that they made, we figured out new ways to keep making the same amount of money or even more money than we made when we first started, So seeing that there might possibly be a pay cut, I understand why people feel the need to go back to a W-2, but I will keep on riding this wave. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here not just because I don't want to go back to a W-2. If it comes down to it, hey, I'm trying to do something for myself, for the future of my family as well. But it's like, if I absolutely have to go back to a W-2, I don't want to do it, but I would if I have to. Absolutely have to. But as of right now, I'm just gonna keep on riding this wave to see where this goes, and I'm gonna keep on keeping you guys informed about what's going on in different states, different cities. I'm gonna read the chat really quick. I haven't given much attention to the chat. I know a lot of you don't like to call in, but you like to put your thoughts in the chat. So at this time, I really wanted to take one more call, but I'm going to close the lines, and I'm going to focus on y'all in the chat, okay? All right, let's see here. Let's see. All right. Melly May says, don't do the W-2, start your own business. Everyone is good at something. That is true. That is definitely true. But at the same time, starting a business is not easy. It's not easy. I'm not gonna tell y'all that starting a business is easy. And not everyone is built to run a business. That's another thing. There's a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, lost sleep. A lot of that goes into starting a business, running a business, and making it successful. There's a lot of that's put into it, and money. Yes. So, you can start your own business, but if you're not fit for running a business, then you might as well get a W-2. I'm just being honest here, because a business is a lot of work. It's not as easy as whipped cream pie. Okay. All right. Going back to the chat. DoorDash by day, Grubhub at night says, it's just terrible. I felt like I was being singled out just because I was on a platform and the employee told me they won't let any delivery They won't let any delivery drivers inside. See, I know that. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Even down to when they don't allow us to use the restroom. You know, it kind of makes you feel some type of way because you know that you're doing something for them. If it wasn't for you, you are like the middleman. You know, yeah, the company that you're delivering for is the middleman, but between the restaurant and the customer, if you don't exist, if you don't pick it up, there's no way that customer is going to receive that order. So I feel like, yeah, I get what you're saying. When you go and pick it up, the least that they can do is give you guys or us drivers just a little bit more than the typical person that walks through the door. Let us use the restroom, especially if we really got to use the restroom bad. Sometimes bubble guts comes out of nowhere. If you don't know what bubble guts is, that little cramp at the bottom, right beneath the stomach, at the bottom, you know what I'm saying? That bubble guts. Sometimes it comes out of nowhere and you got to do what you got to do. All right, so going back to the chat, Vaughn107 says, I'm late, but I'm here. No problem. Angie Marie says, I'm good with people. That's about it. Ivy Sound says, this whole week has been super slow for DoorDash, but for Uber Eats is busy. I'm guessing there's an oversaturation of drivers. It might be, or it might also be that DoorDash is a little bit more expensive than Uber Eats. Maybe Uber Eats is running some promotions to the customers. If you have the Uber Eats customer app, that's a good way to find out. If they are running promotions, that's a great way to know where it's going to be busy, what app to work. But I also know that a lot of you don't want to work Uber Eats because of that upfront pay. You like, hell no, I ain't doing that for $3, $4. Hey, you do what you got to do. But as far as Uber Eats goes, a lot of people are seeing good money with Uber Eats, I'll just leave that there. V-Twin Breed says, dude, that was last night. I was rushing home and stopped all delivering. Yeah. DoorDash by day, Grubhub at night says, like, we represent the customer. We're here to pick up their food. They already paid for. Yep. Briggs says, dogs can poop anywhere. Humans not free. Melly Main says, I worked past curfew in New York last night. Restaurants are open past the 8 p.m. curfew. See, I'm glad you brought that up. I have a video that I'm going to be sharing on all my social media. So you don't only have to follow me on Instagram or just Twitter. I'm going to be putting it on my Facebook page. I'm going to be putting it on my Instagram. I'm going to be putting it on my Twitter. This was shared with me by Flimos, and it's a delivery driver being arrested during curfew. I'm going to tell y'all, don't risk getting a record. If you have a squeaky clean record, don't get a record because of these gig apps. I understand you got to go out there and make your money, but don't find yourself in a situation because of, don't do that to yourself. That's just my opinion, my suggestion. You go out there, you do what you feel is necessary for you. Going back to the chat here. Survive and Thrive, good morning, says, restaurant and food delivery drivers are considered essential, so curfew does not apply. Yeah. I'm reading that after I mentioned about the video. Now, I will be sharing this again on my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Facebook page right after this stream. Okay? All right, so Phoenix delivery driver says, I've had no problems delivering past curfew. I guess it just depends on where. And this delivery driver was arrested in New York. Okay? Yeah. So, that's something to keep in mind, all my New York City drivers. Dylan De Jesus, good morning. Are restaurants and malls closed? No, not to my knowledge. I believe that some malls just don't allow you to go into the mall. I know the malls here. Well, the mall closest to me California Pizza Kitchen is in the mall. Chick-fil-A is in the mall. I did a ride along about it, and I guess that was before all the curfew and everything. But Surviving Thrives says that happens as well. Even journalists getting arrested. Right. I even saw a camera guy, a news reporter, or part of the news reporting team get arrested. They're arresting everybody. Everybody. And, the app might say one thing, and then you go out there, you trying to deliver some food and thinking you all good. You're an essential worker. And it's like, boom. What are you doing out? I'm delivering food. Oh, no. The curfew is 8 p.m. But it says in the app that I could deliver. Nope. Come on. You got to go with us. Put you in some handcuffs, and then they put you at the back of the squad car. Good morning, Double M. Good morning, Flimos. Good morning. You aren't supposed to tear gas and shoot people, peaceful protesters. Do you believe that doesn't happen? Man. Bear Dog. Good morning. Says 40 hours active, $1,000 a week, period. This is why I don't like corporations. They are all evil. The only way we make it is together. Treat people right, and the world will be a better place. One love. Bob Marley. So with that being said, family, going back to the main topic, the 15% is only passed. It has only, I guess, been voted in New York City and LA. Okay. This is not something that I feel is going to be going through the rest of the United States. If it does, I say, let's start figuring out a way how to maximize our earnings in your market. All right. Excuse me. Start trying to figure out a way, just in case there's a pay cut. Start figuring out a way how to maximize your pay in your market with the current circumstances that you're facing in your market. Some markets, it's more violent than others. Some areas is more violent than others, with the riots and everything and the curfews and what the cops are doing, arresting delivery drivers and arresting all different types of people, okay? Just start thinking about it on how you're going to handle it moving forward. Right now, it's just LA drivers and New York City drivers, okay? So start figuring it out. Adam Englander says, DoorDash has never been worse than it is now. Got you. All right, so Prison Planet. Oh, geez. Phoenix Delivery Driver says, multi-apping will be more important if there are pay cuts. Yeah, I definitely agree. So at this time, I don't really want to talk much more about it because it's like, it's something that I just wanted to put it out there to you guys that this is happening just in case you did not know it's happening, in case you don't keep up with the news, or maybe you're consumed with the riots and everything that's going on in your area, or you're consumed with, just trying to make as much money as you can because you do not know where all of this is headed. So I just wanted to put this information out there. They're now capping fees, 15% in certain cities. And whatever directly affects the company directly affects us because we turn that app on. We agree to the terms. Every time we toggle available, turn the app on, hit go, dash now. And what's Postmates? I forgot what Postmates on is, but every time we turn it on to accept orders or to receive orders, we're now agreeing to their new terms. Okay? So, with that said, family, I hope you enjoyed this stream, or if you found it valuable, make sure you squeeze the life out of that like button for me, please. Just hearing something that you did not know was going on, or maybe you did know it was going on, but you had heard a different opinion, and it kind of like sparked, I guess it started a new conversation in your head. Now you're going to, off of the stream, you're going to probably like start a new conversation and say, hey, well, if that's happening, then this is what I'm going to do. Okay. All right. So let's prepare. Let's prepare for the worst. All right. So Some people going back to a W-2. All good. All love. All right? All love for you. But for right now, I'm going to continue riding this wave, y'all. I'm going to continue riding this wave. Oh, yeah. I got to continue riding this wave. I got to, because I got to keep y'all informed, letting y'all know what's going on, left, right, north, south. Well, I should have said east, west, north, south. But I got to keep y'all informed. So let's exit the right way. Oh, yeah. What time it is, DFAM? If you're going to go out there, it's time to go get your money. Go get it. Please be safe. Remember, I'm going to be sharing. Oh, I forgot to give away wrenches. If you want a wrench, raise your hand. And I'm going to be sharing the video of a delivery driver getting arrested on all my social media platforms. So if you want to follow me or like my page and all that is in the description. If you want a wrench, raise your hand. V-twin breed, you lucky that you've been around for a while. I know your face. You talking about raising your foot. Have a good day. LJ 2014, would you like a wrench? All right, family, that is the official end of the stream. Again, if you're brand new to the channel, just do me a favor and hit subscribe, click the bell, and join the family, because nobody else will understand what you go through except another driver just like you. The same way that I just told a story about, or, just asking the question, why wouldn't restaurants allow us, their middleman, use the restroom even during these times? You would think they would treat us a little bit, or give us a little bit more than the typical person that's just walking into their restaurant or their place of business, But unfortunately, no. Okay? So nobody else will understand what you go through except another driver just like you. And family, I hope y'all have a positive, safe, and blessed day. And I will see y'all in the next video.